Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very different kind of video. I got a little curious over this YouTube, Google algorithm stuff. Because I figured initially, okay, maybe the algorithm actually scrubs the audio and video and can recognize swear words or shouting, but then I was like, wait a minute, that's not really practical, and I don't see how that could be implemented properly. Especially because many prominent channels like John Oliver or Russell Brand do the same thing I do, basically. They rant and rave and they drop F-bombs and they're not demonetized. So I was curious. I think that it's a blacklist, or at least I had a suspicion that it was a blacklist. So what I've done is I've uploaded a video where I'm literally just rambling. There's no swear words in it. I don't even yell in it, in fact. I just grab things off the shelf, and I'll show you the video in a moment so you know I'm not pulling your leg, but I am just going to upload this on private and see what happens. Because what's been happening is my videos, no matter what the title is, no matter what the tags are, no matter what the thumbnail is, and I'm using a thumbnail from an earlier video here, it seems they all always get flagged. And I'll add a tag here of video games. They immediately get flagged. Now, sometimes you'll get, so you can see here, this has been flagged as not suitable for advertisers. But we'll hit the video icon here. Now this will, I've been getting this thing where I'll upload it, and then for a few minutes, it's monetized, and it appears to be okay. And then it's like the algorithm kicks in and it's suddenly not suitable for advertisers. Doesn't take terribly long at all. So it's processing here. It's at about 94%. We're going to see if there's anything to my theory. If there's not, then whatever. I'll happily admit that I was wrong or whatever. But I was just curious to conduct a test. I assure you the content in this video is completely innocuous. We'll click on it in a moment and you can see just how boring and innocuous it actually is. I was even boring myself, but I made sure that it lasted at least 4 to 5 minutes, you know, as long as my average rant is. And I gave it a really generic title, really similar to a recent video. You know, this is literally a top 5 anticipated games of 2017 list. You know, it's a video gaming review. Yeah, it's got some profanity in it, but not even that much. So I wanted to kind of try and mimic that effect as much as possible. So I'm giving it a generic gamey title, even though it has nothing to do with the content of the video. And we're just going to see what happens. Conducting our little experiment. Okay? Now, I notice when you put it on private a lot of times, it takes longer for it to be demonetized. So I may have to stall for time here. But I've been suspecting that the algorithm is in fact just an algorithm to find out. I think the algorithm does exist, but I think the algorithm is not so much to scrub videos, because that's some pretty advanced tech. It's probably more likely, hey, this person is in this person's circle. This person's in that person's circle. In fact, they could probably use the Google Plus failure that they had. I mean, that was all based around circles and spheres of social influence. That was the whole idea behind it, right? So it looks like this is processed all the way. I don't know if that would change it at all. We'll just periodically check back, see if it's been demonetized yet. Because I'm curious what'll happen with that one. Not yet, but that's not... Whoa. We lost all of our monetization icons. That's been happening too. That's been happening too. It is so borked. YouTube is so messed up right now. It's really ridiculous. And this little thing, I don't get what this is. They said they're rolling out the new monetization icon or whatever. That I guess when it's like this, it means someone is actively assessing it and deciding if it's appropriate for YouTube. But the thing is, like, this was like that for a couple of days, and so was this, and neither one was approved. So, or not a couple of days, but like a day, because they just went up yesterday. But and now they're back suddenly to having the yellow circle around them. So that's a little strange. Like I said, we'll just check back periodically. It tends to take a few minutes. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Upcoming games of 2018, request a review. Ladies and gentlemen, the algorithm has nothing to do with content of video, and I'll prove that to you in a moment by showing you the video. It is in fact a blacklist. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been added to a blacklist from Google. I just thought you would all be interested to know that. That's what the algorithm is. So let's watch the video.
This is a test. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Blah, blah. By the end of this video, we will know just how censorious Google actually is. I'm not going to
I will in fact play this to completion.
So in other words, this will be a movie Bob video. And underpants, purple monkey dishwasher, buttholes. Shred of the Avatar was a pretty decent game. I actually gave it a whirl during the 3 months.
Unless it detected the b-hole word,
Yeah.
which I highly doubt.
I'll have this video drag on for at least a minute or two. But that is, in essence, what we're going with here, folks.
I mean, for crying out loud, that's in some Ren and Stimpy cartoons. I highly doubt it.
Never read Astonishing X-Men.
So I sit here and I read comics, folks.
Fantastic.
The algorithm's a fraud. It's a blacklist. They just took people they don't agree with politically and added them to a list. And here I am flipping through comics.
Although I do prefer black and white comic art on account of I have eyeballs. And also, as you can see,
You guys get the idea. I mean, I can upload this at a later date if anyone doesn't believe me, but the video's completely innocuous. I'm sitting here flipping through my comics, not even really giving much commentary at all. Folks, there it is. It's not an algorithm, it's a blacklist. They add you to a blacklist, and if you're on the list, they immediately flag your video for demonetization. Sleep tight!